Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the overall situation involving a shift in the paradigm of Thai law enforcement. That Thai law enforcement is no longer, Thai law enforcement always was what it was. It enforced the law, but there was kind of a Mai Pen Rai attitude about certain activities if the foreigners engaged in. I shouldn't say that, Thailand was lax on law enforcement. They never were. But there have been some incidences, what I've been calling foreigners behaving badly, getting on to about a half a dozen of them now in the past roughly 3-4 months, where foreigners have just been completely out of line. Multiple incidences of this. Allegations of assaulting and robbing Thai people in parking lots. The situation involving 2 foreigners who apparently disarmed a Thai traffic cop for no apparent reason. A foreigner assaulting a Thai cab driver. There's 2 incidences of that. And we're talking physical assaults here. We're not talking like just an argument or an altercation. This really broke down into a bad state of affairs. And again, the point being, look, when Thais snap, it's over. When enough is enough with the Thais, they're done. They decide on a path to deal with whatever the problem is. They're resolved to deal with that. And that's the point of this video. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from The Phuket News. That's thephuketnews.com. Article is titled Step by Step Reimagining Paradise Through the, quote, Phuket Model, unquote, and a Reformed Senate. Quoting directly, strictly enforcing regulations. Existing regulations on offenses like noise pollution, public intoxication, and disrespect for sacred sites need to be consistently and fairly enforced. Many will scoff that officials in Thailand don't enforce anything unless there is personal gain involved. Yeah, that's like a constant refrain from, in my mind, the ne'er-do-well expat community. Oh, the cops only enforce the law if they get some out of it. No, they don't. That's like the nonsense that I heard for years, over a decade. That, oh, you can get anything done in Thailand, you just go bribe somebody. No, you can't. That's just nonsense. Now, I do get that there are incidences where graft in this world and things of that nature occur. But, the way that many times I've seen foreigners talk in this very broad and sweeping language about corruption in Thailand. Oh, all the Thais are corrupt. No, they're really not. Actually, many Thai police officers that I've met over the years are perfectly, like the traffic cop, for example, that got disarmed by these, allegedly, whatever you want to call it, allegedly disarmed by, 2 foreigners down, I think it was on Samui or wherever it was, or was it Phuket? In any event, they're done with this. The Thais are, that person was a traffic cop. Like, that was their chosen vocation. As I say, I've met many, over the years, a few Thai police officers. They want to be police officers. Most people get into it to help. It's not some racket operation the way that many foreigners make it out to be. It's really silliness. In any event, quoting further, but this needs to change so as to send a clear message about Thailand's commitment to maintaining order and ensuring a respectful travel environment. See, this is clear. To my mind, I want to repeat that. To send a clear message about Thailand's commitment to maintaining order. That's what Thais are concerned about. That, the notion of greng jai, the notion of order, civility, is something that very much resonates in the Thai mind. And when they start seeing all these incidences of foreigners behaving badly, they start getting upset with law enforcement saying, hey, what are we doing about this? And we're seeing the consequences of that, as we discussed in a prior video. There is now a mechanism, an informing mechanism between Thai immigration and the Royal Thai Police and the government, wherein they want now reports on a regular basis about how these cases are being followed up. I cannot explain to you, I cannot overstate the gravity of that change. You have to understand the way bureaucracies work. And when you have an ongoing reporting duty regarding cases, that's going to change in a very fundamental way how these type of cases are going to get processed. You know, and then on top of it, as we've discussed in other videos, the Interior Minister, Anutin, has come out and said in a couple of cases, hey, there isn't going to be any lobbying, quote unquote. There isn't going to be any hinky stuff going on with regard to enforcement of Thai law and with regard to enforcement of Thai immigration law and issuance of visas. I mean, I can't stress enough how much of a sea change this is in terms of thinking. So again, be aware and act accordingly.